Chainsaw, blaze off running at full speed, and trust me, they know. Fear is a must to attain law. Hard as the neck, cut the rest of the brain off. It's beautiful out in the country, especially when any others confront me. I'm feeling for blood, I'm hungry. Murder this track and you're trying to hunt me. You in the house, the family's waiting. Turning the dinner table, we've been craving. Dinner we're plating. You are the course, we are the killers.
I don't want to talk about this movie. I really don't. There's literally nothing I can say about it that hasn't already been said. It is lazy, it is dull, it is monotonous, it is slow, and it is so fucking boring. It may not be the worst of the series, but oh dear goodness fuck, that doesn't make it good. Not even close. This is when we start getting into the bad entries in this series, unfortunately, and it all starts here. Now, is the movie itself bad? In my opinion, yes. But I can say I have seen worse. I mean, the fourth one exists, so, I have to give it props just for that. And it does have some redeeming qualities that make it not the worst watch of a horror movie I've ever done in my life, but still not very good. I'll do my best to explain it, but this is probably going to be one of the shortest reviews in this entire 31 Days of Horror, so prepare yourself. We're about to dive into some shit. What's up, what's happening, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Station, which is your favorite thing in animation, including chainsaw-wielding maniacs killing teenagers in the woods, and TV movies. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Return of 31 Days of Horror. Welcome to the repetitive, boring, monotonous fucking snooze fest that is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. Now, I initially expected this movie to be another dark comedy, because the trailer of this movie is literally a parody of Excalibur. But outside of that, it's not a comedy. It wants to be a comedy, but it's not a comedy. Because it's not over the top, and it still tries to take itself way too seriously. And in turn, it leaves me bored out of my fucking skull. So, this is a pretty short review. I don't have a whole lot to say, so I hope you enjoy. One word perfectly sums this up. Boring. I'm not joking, it is so boring and painful to watch. Pros: the concept is solid. I can see what they were trying to do, and they didn't have that bad of an idea, but that doesn't make it good. Not at all. Viggo Mortensen is okay. He's fine. It's interesting to see such a talented actor in this kind of movie, but he's fine. He does his best. He's not hateable in this movie. I've seen worse. Ken Foray is pretty fun. It's Ken Foray. He's fun in pretty much everything he does. The cameo of the final girl from the second one gives a nice little bit of continuity. Stretch does return for 5 seconds. The Golden Chainsaw is very cool. If you want more elaboration on that, go watch the Dead Meat Kill Count on this movie. He does a way better job explaining why this thing is so cool than I ever can. All I can say is that it's a Golden Chainsaw, and it looks cool as hell. Nothing more to say. And the one scene with Leatherface and the spelling machine is pretty funny. It has one good scene that actually does work with its comedy. And that is where Leatherface is on this spelling machine, his little hut. And he is continuously shown a clown face. That he's supposed to spell people. Or person. But instead, he keeps putting in food. Get it? Because he's a cannibal? That scene did get me chuckling a little bit. So, that's the best scene in the movie. The cons, though, is everything else. The execution is crap. The kills are terrible. Thanks, MPAA. Story is uninteresting and flat. Rest of the acting is poor. The characters are morons and extremely unlikable. Directing is amateur. Cinematography is unimpressive. The writing is lazy. The runtime's too long. The pacing's obnoxious. And the ending is a million different levels of complete and utter fucking stupidity. Overall, this movie is another snooze fest and better off just being left in the bargain bin. Bury it in that bargain bin and don't you dare ever waste your money on it. It's not worth it. Final verdict for this movie is a 4. 4 out of 10. The little things are enough to keep it from being outright terrible, but this is a bad movie. Don't watch it. Don't bother. Skip it. I wish I could say it gets better from here, but it does not. Because next we gotta talk about the worst movie of this entire franchise. Yes, even worse than that 2022 piece of shit that I outright refused to review the first time. And, unfortunately, I can't skip past it any longer. See you next time for the unwatchable pile of fucking shit that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Pray for my fucking sanity.